Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the H Talks Comics, Films and Combat Sports. So let's get right down to it. I was going to do a little sing-along thing and I thought, you know what? I haven't received any feedback, whether it's negative or positive, so I won't just now. Alright, let's talk about Amir Kahn. So basically, Kahn got heavily criticised by his coach, Virgil Hunter, for what I'm going to call Ricky Hattoning. First, let's give an explanation of Ricky Hattoning. Ricky Hattoning is when you're 5'7" and you fight at welterweight, light welterweight, all around those weight divisions, but you go up and balloon in weight up to about 14, sometimes 15 stone, and then have to dramatically cut that weight. Ricky Hatton used to do it on a regular basis, and while that gave him mass appeal, 100% it did, in terms of people singing "We're living in a Hatton Wonderland." I myself was a young lad, and while I'm a true boxing fan, even as a kid, I like the guys who could box and move and everything, and who had a bit of power. So I liked Hatton. I was a follower, but I never thought he was going to beat Floyd. But so many people legitimately thought he was going to battle Floyd, especially guys in high school. I remember I was the only person, and even then people were like, "Oh, nah, you're wrong." I was like, "Let's make a bet." So I made like a £5 bet and won obviously £5 bet. I think I bet a £1 if I won. No, if Floyd won, I got a £5 back, something like that. And if Hatton lost, if Hatton won, I have to give the other dude. I think his name was Chris. I think it was Chris. Anyway, that's a tangent. But basically, what my point is Ricky Hatton used to balloon up in weight. People say he didn't live the life, and by living the life, let me give you some examples. Floyd Mayweather lives a life. Do you know what? Nowadays, I'm not sure who else does. I think AJ does, because Chris Eubank Jr., to be fair, as much as he might not have the technical repertoire of most boxers in his division, and while he might not have a pneumatic jab or even a range of boxing skills or punches, which is strange because I don't get how you're a boxer if you don't have just basic uppercut, hook, jab, overhand. But anyway, whatever, I digress. But he lives a life, to be fair. I don't know if he drinks. I don't think he drinks. He's denied it. James DeGale said he did, but no, Eubank Jr., as far as I'm aware, as far as we can see, evidenced by our own eyes, and other people, celebrities and stuff have been out with him, said no, he doesn't drink. He's always in shape, basically. You could call Chris Eubank Jr. 4 weeks, 3 weeks, even 1 week, I reckon, and be like, "Chris Eubank Jr., we need you as a late replacement." And Chris Eubank Jr. will come in and he will do the job. Other great fighters who live a life: Floyd Mayweather. I think AJ does. I'm pretty sure Joshua does. Do you know what? Even Wilder, Deontay Wilder might. Weirdly, they're both heavyweights still, so you wouldn't expect that. Lomachenko. I've never seen Lomachenko chubby or out of weight. So I'm pretty sure he maybe balloons up, maybe a stone, but definitely not 3 or 4 stone. Ricky Hatton was known for that, and a lot of people say mainly because of that. Not just that, there's other reasons as well. He was never going to beat Floyd, because technically he's nowhere near as proficient as Floyd. But a lot of people liked him because of that, because he went to the pub after with his Man City fans. Back in the day, Man City were in the Premiership. I think they were near the bottom. They were like 17th, 16th or 17th. Sean Wright Phillips was their best player. Bloody hell, I remember those days, man. But yeah, so Ricky Hatton used to have a pint, he used to get out of shape, and then his Kerry Kays, his conditioner, strength and conditioning coach, Kerry Kays, used to help him along with his normal coach. I think his name was Billy Graham, and not superstar Billy Graham, the WWE superstar, just another dude with the same name. I'm tired, otherwise, I'll have a better word than that. But like I said, I'm still going on only 2.5, almost 3 hours sleep, guys, so please bear with me, like Brother Bear, the hit Disney film. Go watch that. Hope you guys like my references. I come with a multitude of references in almost every single video. I truly do that because I want you guys to realise I've got a vast array of information in my head at one time. That's why I like doing these videos. I like getting the information from my head to the video form and then to the YouTube. But yeah, let's go back to Ricky Hatton. So that's why a lot of people say he didn't have the success he craved. Honestly, Pacquiao, if he lived the life for years, that would have been a 50-50. Obviously it wasn't. He did live the life, and then afterward he ballooned up. To be fair, Hatton's done well now though. He's off all the drugs and stuff, and he doesn't look to be as huge as he was. So he looks to have sorted himself out, which is good. But a lot of people have always said this about Kahn. I don't even know why this is a new shock to a lot of people. Maybe it's casuals, but guys in boxing, I don't know how people didn't know this. Because if you look at Kahn, if you follow him on Instagram or any sign of social media, he does look like he physically gets chubby. Like he looks like he probably gains about at least 2 stone, maybe more. Even he said that, didn't he? He said that before I'm a Celebrity. He was out for a while. I think it was out after his KO loss to Sal Alvarez, and then he did I'm a Celebrity coming back after that. But if you remember, he said, yeah, I was out of shape, and then he said, get me in shape, and he did I'm a Celebrity, he lost like a stone or something, and he got back in good shape, and then he started boxing again. But yeah, I don't know why it's a shock to people. He likes his food, he enjoys it, he enjoys his sweets, he enjoys his chocolates, all that kind of stuff, which is fine. But Virgil Hunter said it best. He goes, you can't just come in, train like a savage for 10 weeks, get in beautiful shape, and that's it. Because it's not about just beautiful shape. You've got to have the mind, you've got to be in tune, you've got to do your practicing every day, you've got to spar a few times a week, you've got to shadow box, you've got to hit the pads, you've got to just do the technical rehearsals. So like, imagine what you're doing, visualize it, but actually do it. Do it against different sparring partners of different stances, orthodox, southpaw, switch hitter. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's not a huge shock, but it's still a shock that someone of his class, and I know that he hasn't held a title in terms of, I don't think it's a welterweight title at least, or possibly any title since 2011. That's when he unified them. And if you look at his performances against Devon Alexander back in the day, Algieri back in the day, Paul McCluskey, Maidana, people forget this. Khan beat Maidana, who went on to face Floyd, and Maidana did really well. And to this day, I say, not now, but Khan back then, maybe 5-6 years ago, would have been, if not the hardest, one of the hardest fights Floyd would have had to do, because Floyd really didn't like facing people with fast hands. Obviously, Khan wouldn't be able to KO him, and Mayweather could have probably, realistically, would have KO'd him around 10, 11 maybe, but it would have been late, and he would have won the rounds, guarantee you. I know he let Conor McGregor win the rounds, Floyd, but no, Khan would have won rounds on merit, guaranteed. Maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5. Maybe Khan could have won it on points, the whole fight. It would have been close to 50-50, it wouldn't be 50-50, maybe 60-40, but it would have been one of the closest fights, not now. Now Khan, sadly, like, looks like he's lost his chin and everything. I think Kell Brook possibly would beat him as well. We'll see what happens with Kell Brook next. But, so, here's my main point. Virgil Hunter, his trainer, come out and traded him and basically said, you don't train enough, we need to see you training more. It's about 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago. You can't get so out of shape during fights, you need to get in shape. So, like, I only use Snapchat for filters now, I'll be honest. Since I got my missus a couple of years ago, I don't really use it. I thought Kavik just used filters. I know that sounds a bit vain and stuff, but otherwise, like, a normal picture, you look a bit, I don't know, like, your eyelight and the skin and, like, I don't know, everything might not be on point, but you just flick a little Snapchat, get a little filter. I know that sounds a bit metro-sexual, but no, for sometimes the Snapchat filter is a lot better than normal camera. I don't know why, but normal camera, even on this iPhone, which is XR, I think, it's desperate. I don't know, the camera's, for me, this ain't all that, but the Snapchat camera somehow is better. But anyway, I don't follow like almost anyone, but you can, there's a new thing on it. Well, I say new, I don't know how long it's been around, but sorry guys, I was holding that cough in for the whole episode. Like I said in the past, if I could have kept that in a bit longer, I would have. Sorry guys, I hope that does not ruin your enjoyment of this video. But yeah, on Snapchat, you flick up and you can see celebrities crap. It always comes up with Dino and Chunks and BMO. I don't know if you guys know BMO, it's some football player. I do know his name, I can't think of it right now because I'm tired. But anyway, so I saw Amir Kahn, so I thought, do you know what, let's have a quick look today. So I looked on it, and do you know what he was doing? He was, I don't know what gym he was in, didn't say his location, nothing like that. It's a bit creepy by the way when it says people's location, but it does sometimes. But yeah, he was in a gym with some kind of trainer. He was doing press-ups, sit-ups, hitting a bag, and he had some gloves on at one stage to look at boxing training. So I think, yeah, Virgil Hunter, your words have done the job. I think Khan has heard what you have said to him, and I think he's implementing it. Virgil Hunter, he says, Khan needs to train. Next day, Khan starts training. That's good. Let's see what happens. And like I said, this isn't a pro war against Khan. Like I said, he's 33, 34 now. He's lost a few devastating times, including the bit of a farce against Terence Crawford. I don't know where he goes next, if I'm being honest with you. No idea. Can't give you any names off the top of my head. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This photo, that was quite interesting that his trainer had a go at him, and the next thing he does is get in the old boxing gym. Cheers guys, thanks for listening to your boy The H.